Even though I thought about becoming a math major in college for like a whole hot minute, I have to be 100% honest with you. One of my biggest faults as a human, I guess, is not being able to navigate simple math without a calculator. Okay, that's a little embarrassing to admit, but it's true. And I guess we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. So as long as we know them, we can embrace them. But give me algebra, trigonometry, or even calculus, and when I was in my prime college years, I could solve for the unknown and do it quickly. While I may not be able to tackle hardcore math nowadays, I have been able to solve for a different unknown, and one that many authors and entrepreneurs find themselves facing. And I call it the Authorpreneur equation. Hey, I'm Stephanie Feger, and Empower is my middle name. Well, not really, but it should be. I believe that empowered people empower people, and I'm obsessed with empowering you, the nonfiction author, with impactful marketing strategies to help you take your important message and share it with those who desperately need it, want it, and will buy it. As the owner and chief strategist of the Empower PR Group and the author of 2 books myself, I have merged my love for reading books and writing books and marketing books to help nonfiction authors with laser-focused strategies and tactics to write books that sell, promote books to those who need and want them most, and build meaningful businesses from empowering messages. Think of this as your one-stop shop for marketing insights from an author who has been there, who has done that, and understands exactly where you are. Because guess what? Secret hint, hint, I'm there right now on the verge of publishing my next book. All right, so get your pens ready because I'm ready to empower you. This is the Empowered Author Podcast. Books mean business. Literally. Over the years of helping authors with book marketing support, there's a commonality that I've picked up on, and this is what it is. Most authors don't realize that the moment they write and publish a book, they've actually launched a business too. In fact, many authors are really surprised to realize you've got to deal with things like sales tax and book sales and all of that crazy nonsense that businesses deal with when you publish a book. Now, that business might be contained to just that single book that you've written. But for many, I see firsthand that it is a door opener to much, much, much more. More money, more impact, more value, more sharing, more reach, more. And in this season of the Empowered Author Podcast, we are really diving into how a book can build or grow a business and how it's the answer to a very important equation. But before we can solve for the unknown of that equation, let's define what it means to be an authorpreneur. Okay, you've heard entrepreneur and you've heard author, and we are going to merge the two because that is what you are if you have written a book and published it. So, authorpreneur defined, here's what it is: 3 easy steps. 1, you have a message to share and something people will find value in. Number 2, you are writing about it. You decided it's time to write a book. That's your tool to share that message. And number 3 is you are building or growing a business from it. So simply put, an authorpreneur is someone who writes a book to build or grow a business. And it works. I see it happen. Through countless authors I've helped tackle this, I have come up with what I call the authorpreneur equation. And it's this simple. You ready? It is simple math. You don't need a calculator for it. You ready? Here it goes. It's your value plus their needs equals a marketable solution. All right. I want to dissect that for a minute with you. And we're going to start with the first part of the equation, your value. I want you to think about this for a minute. You have value. Let's just put that out in the universe. You have value. I know it. You know it. Whether you know it right now, whether you see it today, you do. Rest in it. Soak that in for a minute. You are valuable. Every part of you is valuable. So you have value. But my bigger question is, if you are looking to become an authorpreneur, the answer isn't just your value, but is what is it that others see as valuable to you? What do you have that others will invest in? Now that is the difference. We all are valuable at something, right? I am really, really good at organizing bookshelves. but I'm not sure people would invest in that. I want you to think about what is it that you have that others will invest in. Now, you may not know what that is yet, but I guarantee you it's there. So, here's a couple of ways or things to think about that will help you identify what that could be. First of all, I want you to sit back and consider what is something that you love doing. Do you have a skill set that others seek? My favorite part is actually doing a lot of listening. It might not surprise you when I tell you this, but I am not a very good listener. It is a skill that I am constantly working on getting better at. But in the marketing world, especially book marketing and authorpreneurship, I have been doing a lot of listening. And what I'm noticing is your target customers, your potential customers, clients, and readers are likely telling you what you need to be doing. They will identify things that you do that is valuable, and you might not even see it as valuable. My story on writing my first book and forming the Empower PR group is living proof of it because I didn't realize that the message I had to share and the skill set that I had to bring to the world was something that not everybody intuitively has. So I didn't see it as valuable as other people did. And finally, when I decided to listen to what other people were begging for, I was able to build and grow a business in alignment with it. So, what do you have that others will invest in? Evaluate your skill set, evaluate what you went to school for or what you've experienced personally and professionally. Evaluate what your differentiator is. Take a look at your book if you've already written a book and kind of soak in how and what about that book is interesting, what is valuable, and what will others buy. Your value is the first part of your authorpreneur equation. Okay, your value in and of itself may sell, may help you build a business, but it's really best when it's paired and added with what I call their needs. Now, what do I mean when I talk about their needs? Well, their in the their needs phrase is your target reader, your target client, your target customer, and those can be current or potential. I want you to really reflect on what is it that you have that the world needs. I know I've shared this story before, but in the off chance you haven't heard it, it's a funny one and it's worth sharing again. I had a very big reality check on the difference between wants and needs the first time my husband and I went to the grocery together as a newlywed couple. I had been living on my own for a long time and had gotten really comfortable with a very limited budget I had and how to make that budget and every dollar within it extend. So I was used to only spending like $70 a month on food at the grocery, which is a little embarrassing now because it's living proof that I lived in processed, packaged food on the regular. No produce for this vegetarian. Anything I could find in a box that was $1 or less meant I could get a couple meals out of it. But sometimes you do what you have to do. And I was able to make that work. So the first time my husband and I went grocery shopping together as a married couple, he threw in a box of brownies into our grocery cart. And I had a little meltdown in the middle of the shopping aisle. I'm quite embarrassed about it now, but it was living proof of this needs topic that I bring up and share with clients. I remember stopping the shopping cart and looking at my husband and saying, okay, do we need the brownies or do you just want the brownies? Because if we need the brownies, that's fine. But if we purchase them, it means that there's something else we can't purchase. Everything in life is a give and take, right? Unfortunately, money doesn't grow on trees. So we had a lovely, with air quotes, chit chat in the grocery about wants and needs. And he made it very crystal clear that brownies are absolutely a need. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now I completely agree. Corner brownie pieces are always a need in my life. What I walked away from with that experience at the grocery was this reminder that each and every one of us in the world has two different buckets. We have a bucket of needs and a bucket of wants. Now, whether we know it consciously or subconsciously, we invest and spend our money based on those buckets. The bucket of needs, we will always likely spend our money on first, right? So, shelter and food and clothes and what have you, those are typical buckets of needs. And others on the wants, that's something that maybe if you have extra discretionary income, if you get money for your birthday, maybe you'll go purchase that extra outfit, or you'll go on that vacation that you were wanting to do, or you'll save up for it, right? So those are wants. There's a difference between want and needs for every person. And this is why it's important to clearly understand and articulate what the needs are of your target reader, client, customer. Think about this for a moment, because we all have a differing viewpoints in life of things. For instance, I so badly want to be the one that I can tell you that I exercise every day and a gym membership is absolutely a part of my needs, but it isn't, unfortunately. No matter how hard I try, it just isn't. I have not been able to jump over that hump to getting a gym membership, because to me it is a want. It's a nice to have. It's not a critical need in my life, even though it probably should be, right? But instead, something like, I don't know, life insurance or retirement or vacation, those are needs. And so my husband and I, save up for them. And those might be wants to other people. How does this apply to the authorpreneur equation, Stephanie? Well, maybe it's because every authorpreneur needs a box of brownies to eat and enjoy to get through crazy days. Maybe, or maybe it's because it's important to understand what your value is and ensure that you pair it with the needs of your target customers. Here's why. When what you offer is a need of someone's, they've already budgeted for it, which means the transaction, the conversion, the ability for them to invest in you is a easier sell. It's not a hard sell. It is an easy sell because they know it's valuable. You're not having to sell them on it. They already know it. You are now a solution to that need. And that takes us to solving for the unknown. What is the answer to the authorpreneur equation? It's easy. It's a marketable solution. Just as that, it's a marketable solution. How will your book and your business merge your value and their needs to be something you can sell and something they will invest in? So for some people, it is a book. Maybe the book can be the solution to your authorpreneur equation. But for many others, I see it as the beginning stepping stone, the pivotal moment to something more, something bigger, something else. Consuming information via a book is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love everything about it. But there are many people who will read your book and go, oh my gosh, this is great. What's next? That's where this additional marketing solution comes in. And for many authors, that what's next can be something like speaking engagements, keynotes, workshops, online courses. Maybe it's consulting and coaching. Maybe it's another product. It could be many, many things based on your value and the needs of your target readers. See how that beautiful equation happens? And when you are a marketable solution, leveraging your author platform and more, you can tell people about it, and it becomes a win-win in the authorpreneur world. Pretty cool, right? So the solution to the authorpreneur equation is actually the convergence of what you have that some people need, and that those people who need it see you and your offer as a solution for them. And now you've created an offering that is how they will consume that solution, that need. Your solution is their solution. Kind of catchy, huh? And your book can be that, but your book can also be the door opener to other offerings too. And we'll dive into that discussion in future episodes of this season of the Empowered Author Podcast. For now, I have 2 marketable solutions that the Empower PR Group is offering to authors, individuals like you, who might be looking to solve their own authorpreneur equation. And I have to tell you all about them. First off, it is so exciting. I am literally crazy excited to announce a forthcoming book that will release September 27th of this year, 2022. And if you are wanting to build or grow your authorpreneur business, and write a marketable book and sell more books. This is a resource you will frequent time and time again. It's not a one and done book. I think it's one you're going to go back to regularly. Make Your Author Impact. Sell more books, increase your reach, and achieve your why is my newest book. And it is at the heart and soul of what I get to do daily and what the Empower PR Group is all about. I promise you it's worth a read, and pre-order is up right now for the ebook at a discounted rate. So if you're interested, go snatch it right now. It would mean the world to me. Also, if you already know that authorpreneurship is a part of your DNA, you see it, you feel it, maybe you're already living it, we are launching this month what we are calling our Author Impact Summits, and I actually think that they would be a game changer in your life. Our Authorpreneur Summit that is happening September 29th and 30th in the greater Louisville, Kentucky area is really focused for authors who are building and growing a speaking business, and a paid speaking business at that. It is an immersive event for those who are looking for the marketing assets, strategy, and direction to be able to sell themselves as a paid speaker. And you will walk away with the tools that you need to make that happen and up-level you, not just as any speaker, but a paid one too. To find out information about the Author Impact Summit, I would love for you to go to authorimpactsummit.com, and we spell impact here with an E, and find Make Your Author Impact, our newest forthcoming book, available now on Amazon. All right, empowered authorpreneur, you know the drill. I'm a believer that empowered people empower people. I love empowering you, but now it's your turn to take the baton and empower others.